Hello everyone, I'm Neverdot. Welcome to my channel. I'm back with another weekly comic video. I haven't done this in like a long time. Sorry about that. Just gonna get back into it, maybe, possibly. Anyways, today we're just gonna look at one of my much older comics that I did a while ago. This is a summertime comic, and right now it's winter, although it feels like spring. I don't know why everything's melting. And then huge snowstorm. And then minus 40 degrees, and then +1. Like, make a decision, winter. It's gonna be one or the other. You can't have all the seasons all at once. It's Canada though, so maybe that's normal. It is normal. So, this comic is all about Gerald trying to run his soft serve ice cream. You know the machine's gonna be broken all the time, right? So, I think I was trying to do a pun back then. Yeah, I usually have difficulties coming up with clever ideas. So I sometimes just give up on trying to be funny and try to make it cute and fun instead. Which, you know, not disastrous. There's a lot of comics that I read that I just, you know, enjoy reading. And never crack a smile at it. Ever. I don't want to name names because they're quite successful comics, but... yeah, some of the very successful comics are not funny for me at all. But I still really like looking at them. And, you know, this one, it's Gerald's turn to be in the spotlight for the comic. It's the third week of the month, and so he gets to do his thing, and he's just trying to make a living. He's an entrepreneur, scooping ice cream? Wait, what comic is this? I thought this was the Lemonade comic. No. Wait, yeah, what is he doing? What's he selling? Okay, wait. I don't know where this is going. I forget what I did in this comic. I should have prepared better. Don't worry. I mean, this isn't pre-recorded anything, right? Yeah, I can't redo this. So, yeah, Gerald's spelling. Fix it. Okay, he's an amazing Englisher. Actually, they don't speak English in Never.land. They speak some other language, and I'm just translating it for you guys, because otherwise it really wouldn't make any sense. That's an approximate translation. I'm going to draw Gerald exactly the same as in the previous panel, but slightly differently. Yeah, let's say he's just selling... See, this is how I workshop my own comic ideas. I don't know what I want to do sometimes. I give up on coming up with an idea, and I just say, like, well, you know, what if Gerald was, like, running an ice cream stand? And then I guess what would happen next? Like a customer would come up, his friend. So let's make a customer come up, okay. Then what would be something funny that he would say in that scenario? So I don't have a joke in mind, but I can usually come up with something funny for them to do in that scenario. So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to see if that goes anywhere. So Gerald's like digging around, like, oh, let me get you your ice cream. And we're thinking, like, Gerald, you can't, that's just a box. And you're trying to vend ice cream? Like, how... I try to be realistic in my comics, so I don't know that Gerald's got any kind of refrigeration technology at his cardboard box that this looks like it is. So he's probably handing him off a bowl of soup at this point. It's like, it's an ice cream. I'll be amazed if he has any actual frozen ice cream in there. Yeah, it's all so melted. It's like, would you like your goop? It's slightly tepid goop, everyone. You got brown tepid goop, pink tepid goop, and the vanilla tepid goop. You can have any of them, and if you wait a few hours, it's gonna be room temperature instead of tepid. So there's that. And then tomorrow we're going to have dust. It's going to dry up and be sticky. So that's what we're going to offer you all. So I think that's where we're going here. So this comic is not drawing very fast. I didn't set the speed very high this time. Because I really wanted to spend time with you guys. I miss you guys. How are you doing? Please comment below things you would like me to do in this channel other than this comic. Because I have some ideas. I think I need to start a different channel for the stupid idea that I have. Because I don't want to torment you guys with some off-the-wall random thing. Yeah, so he's got a lot of money invested in this poster, actually. Those are not cheap. So I don't remember that. Maybe that's why he doesn't have a refrigeration unit. And that's also why he doesn't have a proper banner. But that postcard thingy on the side there, that's pricey. So, why did the M fall? Yeah, I figured it had to be worse. Anytime you do kind of a banner and you just start writing out the letters, you're going to run out of space on that last letter. Or the last 3 letters, depending on if it's happy birthday or not. So, what is this? Am I doing that thing where I copy and paste the panel 3 times? Yes. Because you can put more effort into it. Most comic artists don't color their backgrounds or anything, and they get away with it. Why am I wasting my time coloring these things so well and shading it and everything? I could just, no background. I don't need a background. I just need the foreground. So many other comics don't need to do these things. Why am I doing it? Do you guys like me fully rendering the whole comic every single time? It's not necessary. I figure I'm just doing it once a week. When I first started the comic, I thought that would be too much work. It would be onerous. It's not. I like doing it. I like spending the time detailing it all up. But yeah, admittedly, comics that have less effort are more approachable, I find. Or I don't know why. When I see a really well done comic, I kind of don't want to read it because yeah, it's too professional. I want to see someone who scribbled something on a post-it note. That's really what I'm looking for. But then why am I doing this? I don't know. I think I'm just also taking advantage of the comic to practice my art. So sorry for the extra effort that I'm putting into it. I promise I'm not going to. I thought that I should do a second separate comic that's just absolute trash art where I'm just putting 0 effort into anything and see how that does. I could draw humans then, because that would be a thing. That would be a demotivational comic where it's very insulting and everything. Yeah, that's an idea. But no, I like my wholesome, happy world of Never Dot Guys. I do like drawing trees. Those are my own leaf brushes that I made myself. I have never used the colored leaf though. I like the silhouettes. I don't like the colored version of it because real leaves are going to be at tilted angles and they're all going to have different brightness levels depending on how the light's hitting them, and some leaves are going to be more dead than others, so it doesn't really work spraying a bunch of identical looking, even though they're rotated a bit, leaves. So unless your brush is loaded with way too many variants, you could, if you want to put a lot of effort into it. Even then, you're going to see the repetitions in the leaves, and yeah, it doesn't work, but it works real with the silhouettes. And if I ever do need it colored, then I can color over top of it with a sort of a textured brush to get some of that depth and the sense that it is individually painted leaves without it actually being individually painted leaves. But yeah, usually the background trees are just sufficient. They look good enough. I'm trying to align those background paste jobs to the pixel so there's not like a gap, and I have to zoom in all the way to see that. So this is working well. We have our nice baseline backgrounds. I am going to have to put Gerald behind the stand in all of these, so that makes it kind of awkward because it's not just a background, it's also a foreground. So I've got to work my comic foreground in behind it. That's annoying. Or I have to carefully erase to the edge of the draw line, and I don't like doing that. I do that sometimes because if 2 layer groups are woven into each other, sometimes they're behind, sometimes they're in front, then I'm stuck. Yeah, Gerald's in front here, so I'm gonna have to carefully erase up to the black line but not go over it. It's tricky. You could select the black line and delete that area, but I find that leaves a bit of a fringe showing through, so I don't find it satisfactory. So, and I don't like those sub-pixel gaps, so I'm very picky about that. And I'm happier to do this, the tedious, careful erasing. Yeah, Gerald handing things off his limbs are very stretchy. He has little grape arms when he's not doing anything. They're just balls on his body. But when he does something, he can stretch them out real far. If you pick up my book, any of my books, he's often found overextended. So it's kind of funny that you can see that. And his friend here, which is Trevor, it's Trevor. It could be Charlie, but I think it's Trevor based on the height. I don't know what the carrot's gonna do with ice cream actually, because the vegetables don't really eat. And what is that? What am I drawing there? I think it's a secret, and I can't tell you guys what it is, because it's only in the one panel. Huh? What am I? Oh, this is a. I should censor this and redact it. This is a dark secret that relates not to this comic, but it relates to my book series. And yeah, if you can interpret what's going on in the background there that I'm doing now, well, good for you, because you shouldn't be able to, because I haven't put enough information out in the world that you should be able to figure out what that is. Yeah, that's like fore and pre-shadowing of all. That's the same thing of everything. I always draw the bubbles in the hot pink because I need to see where they are and make sure I've filled them in properly. But then we, color code them per character, so it's easier to pick out who's saying what. I kind of like that the ice cream there is like 3 colors. It's like, you get your 3 scoops of goop. It's fine. You get all 3 scoops. Oh yeah, Gerald's got to just splosh it all over the place because it's like drippy. Yeah. Have you ever bought a soft serve ice cream for somebody else and you tried to like drive with it and then it drips in the car and you're like, oh, I better hold it out the window, and then you find out wind melts things even faster? Yeah, I found that out. Now my side of my car is all sticky and I can't open my window anymore because it's sticky. Anyways, not doing that again. So that's that comic. I hope you enjoyed Gerald's soft serve ice cream disaster, and thank you very much for checking out my comics. You can find them on my website neverdot.com, or also I have been posting them up on Webtoon, so find me on Webtoons, follow me, whatever it's called, on there. It's a bit not as up to date, so I'm posting them like 2 per week instead of 1 until they catch up, and then it'll go back to 1 per week because that's as fast as I'm drawing them. And I also post them on my subreddit. I have a new subreddit on Reddit called Neverdot, r-Neverdot. So follow me on r-Neverdot. You're also going to see my posts there, and you can comment on them there. If you comment on my Webtoons, I will not know because Webtoons has a trash commenting system. And I never know if anybody has commented anywhere, and there's no way to ever find it out. So, fix your stuff, Webtoons. But Reddit is a great place to get back to me, to feedback on the comics and whatnot. Also, it's really helpful to just upvote to help me there, because every comic that starts to get more attention, like the turtle ones I have found have gotten a lot of attention, positive feedback on Reddit, and they have resulted in a lot of people finding out about my comic that didn't know about it before. So appreciate all of that, and if you go there, help me out. So appreciated. Also follow me here. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Trying to grow this channel, so any help you can give, tell your friends and whatnot, is very much appreciated. So thank you guys so much for this week, and I hope to be getting back into this more in 2020 whatever. Don't date this video in case you want to watch it in the future, but thank you. Until the next time, bye.